The Fraser River played a key role in the development of the early settlements that became Abbotsford. Sitting on the south side of the Fraser River, west of present-day Abbotsford, Mount Lehman is one such settlement. European settlement began in the 1860s following the Fraser Gold Rush. Alban Hawkins, the first official founder of Mount Lehman. Hawkins came from London. He was with the Royal Engineers. He was a carpenter and a bricklayer. He came to the area in 1864, building a cabin in the Mount Lehman area. Settlers that arrived after Hawkins built the same style of home for their families. He encouraged other settlers to build relations within the community, to come together as a whole, rather than segregating themselves according to where they initially came from. He informed new settlers that this was their home, and that to make this prosper, they had to work together. The area was initially known as Lehman's Landing, named after pioneer Samuel Lehman, who established a river landing and store. The river serving as the primary access point. Supplies, mail, and people arrived by steamboats that connected the Fraser Valley communities to New Westminster and coastal markets. By the 1880s, Mount Lehman had become a modest rural community, with dairy, berries, and livestock as the economic foundation. The first significant buildings reflected the needs: a general store, a blacksmith shop, schoolhouse, and churches. By the late 19th century, the community had a postal service, organized farming networks, and established property boundaries. Agriculture drove everything. Farms were largely self-sufficient, but depended on the river to transport goods. The arrival of the Canadian Pacific Railway in the 1880s permanently shifted the region's economic geography. Mount Lehman had grown around river access. The rail established a new transport corridor further south. Rail lines enabled faster, more reliable shipment of goods and encouraged settlements closer to the stations. Commercial activity gradually migrated towards rail-served areas. The town site of Abbotsford, founded in 1891 along the rail line, began to eclipse river-based communities. As transport patterns changed, Mount Lehman's prominence declined. Farming remained strong, but it transitioned from a transport hub to an agricultural district. The river, once the lifeline to the community, became secondary to rail and later road networks. This marked a shift from river frontier settlement to rail agricultural economy integrated into provincial markets. The Great Fraser Flood of 1894 inundated large areas of farmland, reinforcing the need for diking and flood control measures. Flooding remains a recurring issue well into today. Drainage dike construction projects in the early 1900s expanded available lands and increased agricultural activities for the settler communities, at the cost of the First Nations' way of life in the area. As Abbotsford expanded through the late 20th century, Mount Lehman retained its rural character. It is recognized as one of the oldest settlements within Abbotsford's municipal boundaries, shaped first by the river, then by rail, but ultimately by agriculture. Today, Mount Lehman's landscape reflects a deeply layered history. Pioneer settlement, river commerce, and the infrastructure decisions that redirected the region's growth.